See how many bumps I can get for you. So if somebody puts in a service call, what they'll do is they'll either email it into Marco or call, and they'll put it right in the system and it goes right to my phone. So the next step, what I would do is go into the machine and I can check rollers and clean paper pass sensors. So a lot of times what I'll do is get out my canned air and clean all the optical sensors on it just to make sure. Then I'll wipe down paper paths with a nice clean oily rag. And get all the paper dust off, all that. And if on a regular service call, I take out my $1,000 flashlight, call the phone, and you can look at the rollers and then replace them as necessary. Yeah, otherwise, a very common thing that you have to replace would be a drum. That would be coming in here. And you can take out, and you can see the drum units, the wear on the drums. Make sure those all look good. Another good thing to do is clean your document feeder up, check the rollers. Again, wipe it down. And then check sensors. And there you go. Then whenever I'm done, you want to make sure you print out some prints, make sure everything looks good. Another good print to use for testing for your colors, to make sure your colors look right, being as though this is a marketing department, they like their colors to look perfect. In some customers, they don't really care too much, like the little imperfections, but you get to know your customer that some of them, it does matter a lot to them. Like some customers, like this little notch right here would be the end of the world, and that would be a ding in your transfer belt. But on regular customers, this is gonna show up every like third sheet. They're probably never even gonna notice. Make sure the quality meets what your customer is expecting from that machine. You kind of are in charge of your own schedule. That's what I like about the job, is it's really flexible, and that way with family, you can do your own schedule. Really, as long as your customers are taken care of, your company's happy. So this is another location of a copier, and first thing I always do is look at the meters, see how many meters are on. Then you'll know generally like this only has 67,000 on its black, so it's not gonna need a black drum. 130,000 on the color. Each model's different, even the size of the model. Like this is a 450i, so you know it's like how far the drums will go. The smaller machines, drums don't go as far. Bigger the machine, the longer the drums go. So you get a feel for it. It's pretty, so it ends up being pretty, you'll catch on pretty quick on it. So when you're first hired, what they'll do is they'll have you ride along with techs until you're comfortable or semi-comfortable. Then they'll throw you out to go and give it a whirl. But the nice thing about the job is all of us work together. So if you ever have a question, if you're on something, even something silly, any of the techs, if you call them, they will be more than willing to help you out and tell you what to look for. Or if you've got a mark you're not familiar with, most of the time, if you send me a picture of a spot on a page, I'll probably be able to tell you right what needs to be done. So it's a real group effort for technicians. We stick together and help each other out. So yeah, again, I always check ADFs, make sure everything looks on the up and up on them. There's a lot of optical sensors in the ADFs that cause most of the jamming, and just cleaning those off. And it's nice to leave the copier cleaner when you leave, because then the customer feels they got a full service. I've been with Marco 16 years. I started out I've been a copier technician, but I went to school to be an auto mechanic. And I did that for 4 years out of college, and then came over to Marco to work on copiers. So an average day would be get up and check your emails, make sure there's not something special that you're supposed to be doing that day, because your manager may email you. And look on your phone, and you can see all your service calls on your phone. And I like to work my way out and then come back. If I have to make a loop, you plan your own day, really. If you need a little more time to drive, do the one furthest out and work your way back for service calls. Check your van for parts, because everything gets shipped to your house, so you'll have to just sort your parts either the night before or that morning and put them in your vehicle and make sure you have what you need. And navigate your part ins. Like if you have a part in and that customer is down, you want to maybe hit that customer first. You kind of plan your day accordingly to, like if a customer has just a little line and then the next customer is hard down, you're going to want to go to that customer that's hard down first. So you end up, your day depends on what's on your screen that morning when you look. Your St. Cloud techs are going to do way more calls than your outer line techs, just because of the drive times. But yeah, it all depends. Like I say, on average I do about 6, but I'm more of an out of town tech. Every customer is different, and every customer, you deal with a lot of different personalities, and sometimes you go in there and they act like you're their long lost son. So it's rewarding that way.